And don't backtalk me, don't argue with me. Do what you would do when I say it, just like you would do if Kevin said it or if Eddie said it.
You consider yourself a legend?
No.
Yeah. Why the hesitation?
Because there's a black legend, hood legend, but international legend, no, not yet, not legendary status.
Yeah.
I think I've done some iconic shit, like 6-page penthouse spread at, a certain age and a certain weight. I think that shit was iconic. I think that was swept under the rug. Mm-hmm. And it was very classy. My kid was in college. I wasn't in penthouse pulling my pussy lips open, but I was in penthouse being very sexy, very sultry. And I, before Lizzo and, these other women came out, I had done that.
Right.
And I think I didn't get the shine for that I should have for empowering women of all nationalities and their bodies to know that you're still sexy no matter what age you are, what shape you are. That's not what makes you sexy. There's a lot of big girls out here who have husbands that love the shit out of them.
Right. And I kind of tailor it. I feel that you are someone on a legendary path.
I'll buy that. I choose to be a legend. I pursue being a legend. I would like to be a legend. I want to be thought of in the same realm as I think of other people.
Right.
But in all humbleness, I'm not going to walk around and say I'm a fucking legend.
Right. And the reason why I frame that up is you being someone in that position. What is your biggest gripe when it comes to this game of comedy, if a bunch of people are gonna watch this, what is your thing of when it comes to your career? Whatever you feel like, what's that this is what I hope people can hear me out in this moment.
By the way, I just want to say you ask really good questions, you do really good research, you do really good interviews, and I appreciate you. I like a brother that's on the ball. I think one of the things that is frustrating to me is the self-imposed psychotic thought that female bosses are trying to emasculate men. Like, I'm a female boss. I have male employees. I have to tell them what to do, and they have to do it. And you have to put your ego aside, son, and don't backtalk me, don't argue with me. Do what the fuck you would do when I say it, just like you would do if Kevin said it, or if Eddie said it, or if Kat said it. I'm an employer, and I have shit the way I want to run it. Not only me, but the Ava DuVernays and the Oprahs and everybody else. I think that the men who have messed up the whole entire entertainment and political landscape need to sit down and learn from the sisters, the women who are trying to, step into where you fucked up at and try to rectify some of this stuff. So I think that the male ego needs to get out of the schematic of the hierarchy of bosses. I think that we need to get equally paid, if not more, because you're taking a mother out of the house. People are used to the demographic as a man being out of the house, being on the road, going to make the money. But when mommy has to be out of the road, on the road and don't know if you got covers on, if you took your medicine, if you got a fever, I think we should be paid even a little bit more according to that because of our work schedule and taking a mom out of the house. And even if you're not a mother, we got a lot of more things we got to deal with to work, periods and shit like that, So I think we should be equally paid, if not more. I'm frustrated about security in this business. If you don't have security 24 hours a day, this is a very weird landscape that we're living in today. And you may have security at the show, but then you got to go to the airport maybe by yourself. Or even if you have people to travel with you, you got to go to Rite Aid maybe by yourself. Or maybe you have an assistant, or maybe you don't. Maybe your assistant is sick that day. Maybe you want some crazy. You can't, and the clubs are not taking responsibility for security. They want us, the comedian, to regulate the audience. That's not our fucking job. If you're in some rooms, the minute you say something with your black ass, somebody's coming over to tell you be quiet. But as a comedian, people are allowed to talk shit back and forth, and the clubs have to take responsibility to ask people to, you know, pipe down,
right,
or they'll be escorted out. It's not for us to disrupt our show and regulate the audience, you know, and they have, clubs often have security for the club, but they don't have security for the artist. And the artist is why you have a club in the first place. Nobody should be allowed to come on stage. Nobody should be allowed to touch you. Nobody should be allowed to do any of that stuff when you're at work, you know. It's hard enough to keep people from, their love is overwhelming. It's hard enough to keep people from coming up, grabbing you around the neck or hugging you in the bathroom,
yeah,
or in anything like that, you know. And people really need to stop that on the touching people. You don't know what kind of allergies or cold or anything like this. I've recently had to start making an announcement like that at my shows. I can't be getting kissed on the cheek by 50 fucking people. I don't know if you've been smoking blunts, sucking dicks, what the fuck, and, you know, just, it's a miracle I got a cheek at all.
Right.
But we've had to stop that, you know. You cat lovers, stay the fuck away from me because I'm allergic to cats and stuff like that. So those are some of my gripes, but saying all that to say, there's nothing I'd rather be doing. I was made to do this, you know. I'm not the greatest actress in the world. I'm a terrible memorizer, but I do strive to be one of the greatest comics ever. I strive to have people know my name instead of, oh, you that girl to be on, is you a comedian? I'm like, yeah, that's that comedian. I'm like, that's my job description. That's not my name. Know my name. Because if you don't know my name, when I come to your town and they say it on the radio, you won't even know I'm there. Then you're all up in my Instagram. I didn't even know you was here because you don't know my fucking name. Know my name. It's Luenell.
I work a lot. I work 16-hour shifts, like 6 days a week and shit. In order for me to get sleep, I gotta jack off and roll over into a jizzy coma. Like that's the only way I can get rest. Like that's, like, you guys are gonna have to eventually end up being like me. I'm the prototype, I'm the future. A working nigga with only 4 hours to live throughout the week. You are gonna join me soon. I was watching a porn with my ex one time, right? She paused it at the money shot, and that's when the dude, you know, comes on the chick's face or whatever. She paused and looked at me and she was like, Vaughn, would you ever do that to me? I said, yes. She said, that's not something you do to somebody you love. I said, preposterous, bitch. I've been coming on myself my whole life. And I love me more than you.